converge without warning.
The United States cannot sit idle. We have to intervene militarily.
Warning transforms into crisis.
I saw the tape.
Actually, I didn't. I lied.
Did you help the cartel?
Sir, look this
If
way.
truth doesn't surface, corruption commands the battlefield.
While you're watching this, the narcoterrorism crackdown we've been tracking just went supernova. President Trump's military strikes against cartel drug boats in the Caribbean have Democrats in full-blown meltdown mode. You see, they're defending traffickers on national television, calling them victims of economic hardship. And now an Obama-era DEA official has been criminally indicted for laundering $12 million for the cartels. The deep state pipeline is being exposed, and it's happening in real time, and the apologists are freaking out. Now, here's what's at stake. You see, tens of thousands of Americans are dying every year from fentanyl and cartel-trafficked poison. President Trump campaigned to stop it, and now he is delivering. Drug boats destroyed, cargo eliminated, traffickers neutralized. But instead of celebrating, Democrats are losing their minds. Whoopi Goldberg complained that America does not feel safe because ICE is arresting people and the military is blowing up boats in the Caribbean. Why would Whoopi feel unsafe? She's not a Venezuelan drug smuggler. Congressman Seth Moulton went even further, suggesting on national television that Trump will start murdering American citizens. A sitting congressman parroting cartel propaganda while their supply lines are being severed. Senator John Kennedy, he put it perfectly. Narco-terrorists are killing our children, and Democrats are acting like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. And while Trump fights the cartels poisoning American families, there is a way to fight back for your own health. After Jonathan Otto introduced me and my family to red light therapy, my wife and I experienced transformations we did not think possible. Her chronic pain, anxiety gone, my energy and recovery better than guys half my age. It's not a gimmick. Major medical journals show 300% faster healing and pain elimination in minutes. The same technology costs thousands of dollars at clinics, but Jonathan made it available for your home. His panels, I have one. They use 9 specific wavelengths with hospital-grade components and 0 EMF exposure. NASA researched it. FDA cleared it. So visit myredlight.com. Use code NNN for the best deal available. Get the healing technology changing our lives at myredlight.com, and make sure you use code NNN. But my friends, the lies keep unraveling. Senator Tammy Duckworth went on CNN claiming she has seen the classified video of the strikes. When pressed, she admitted she had not seen the actual footage. Caught lying in real time. Tom Cotton fired back at the Washington Post for publishing complete lies, demanding apologies for Secretary Hegseth and Admiral Mitch Bradley, a highly decorated Navy SEAL, and Congressman Jim Himes went on MSNBC to call the traffickers poor fellas who just lacked economic opportunity. These are narco-terrorists ferrying poison into America, and Democrats are giving them a pity party. Look at this. As you can see in this video, this fisherman is just dropping his crab pots. There's really good crabbing in the Caribbean. Can you see what's going on in this video? Of course, those aren't crab pots. This guy is dropping bales of cocaine right into the ocean. And look, you can see he's getting tracked quite well. Wow. So, okay. These are the people that the Democrats are defending. People like Whoopi Goldberg of The View. Where's my mop?
An ICE agent. So I don't know. I just feel like he's trying to hurt people's feelings to piss them off. That's not the way to do it. But I just want to say that to me, it doesn't feel that much safer since we're blowing up boats in the Caribbean and ICE agents.
I just love it. It doesn't feel that much safer since they're blowing up boats in the Caribbean. Whoopi, do you have plans to take a boat into the Caribbean anytime soon? Are you going on a cruise or a fishing tour? Are you going to go check out those crystal blue waters? Is that what you're worried? Your next vacation? No. You're so far removed from that, and you're gonna say, I'm scared. I'm scared. More bullshit propaganda being spewed from the beaks of the hens on The View.
To piss them off. That's not the way to do it. But I just want to say that to me, it doesn't feel that much safer since we're blowing up boats in the Caribbean and ICE agents have arrested nearly 75,000 people with no criminal records. It doesn't feel all that safe to me. Maybe these are the moves he thinks that are going to make America great again.
Yeah, he does, biatch. Oh, yeah, that's how you make America great. You scoop out the scum.
I mean, how much would Republicans have freaked out had Biden or Obama done any of those things?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. We can go back to Elian Gonzalez. Remember that? I mean, I remember that clearly. Remember that picture of the kid with the gun in his face, hiding in the closet, being held by his uncle, Cuban. I don't remember. Wow. Do you remember that? How are the Republicans responding in that moment? Were they condemning Bill Clinton? I don't remember. Maybe if we have a minute, we'll look it up. But let's continue with this mess. Here, you know what she's doing that? I'm going to find out.
I don't understand what the point is. Because what is he doing for us? Where's that Janet Jackson song? What have you done for me, America? I'm saying as America. What have you done for us lately?
Right.
Except pick up phony prizes to make yourself feel better.
Phony prizes. Phony show. The View. I'm still looking this up. Here is Democrat Seth Moulton suggesting President Trump will murder American citizens in the U.S. I'm looking up the how did Republicans react to the Elian Gonzalez incident.
Traffickers don't. I mean, look, the President of the United States and his Secretary of Defense are conducting murder on the high seas. They're committing murder, and Americans should care. Like, look, none of us like drug traffickers, but we have laws that say that drug traffickers don't get summarily executed. And if it's happening off the coast of America with people that we don't know, just give it time before Donald Trump starts doing this same kind of thing to people we do know right here at home. It matters if the President of the United States breaks the law.
Okay, so while that was playing, I got the answer. So there was, after the pre-dawn armed raid ordered by Attorney General Janet Reno under President Clinton, Republicans condemned the Elian Gonzalez raid as Gestapo tactics, same language we're seeing now from the Democrats on Trump's actions, called it police state behavior by the Clinton administration, a shocking show of force against a child and a family offering him sanctuary. The photo of the armed federal agent pointing a rifle at the fisherman holding Elian became an icon of Republican criticism. Republicans, especially Florida GOP figures, aligned firmly with Cuban-American leaders who believe sending Elian back to Cuba meant returning him to a communist dictatorship. The boy would become a propaganda trophy for Fidel Castro. The U.S. had a moral obligation to protect him from totalitarianism. Florida Republicans accused Clinton of kowtowing to Castro. In the run-up to the 2000 presidential race, Republicans argued that Clinton and Gore had betrayed the Cuban Americans. The raid showed Democrats were comfortable with authoritarian tactics. Gore, initially sympathetic to keeping Elian in the U.S., flip-flopped under pressure. This deeply damaged Gore in Florida, which Bush ultimately won by 537 votes. Congressional Republicans escalated the fight. GOP lawmakers attempted multiple actions, pushed for Elian to be granted U.S. citizenship, subpoenaed Janet Reno demanding answers, held hearings condemning the administration's handling of the case. Is that crazy? It's like who'll ever forget that moment? But it's like, who's in power? What are they going to say? You know? I mean, but what about now? I mean, that was how long ago? 2000? 25 years ago? Do you think that those same, like, if Biden was actually executing the law like Trump is, do you think Republicans would be complaining about it? I don't know. That's like another good question. Let's find out. Let's dig deeper. If Republicans, if Biden was actually executing the law like Trump is doing with immigration, would Republicans freak out about Biden's tactics, or would they be supportive of them in today's climate? Let's see if ChatGPT can answer this one. Great question. And here's the honest, real-world answer based on today's political climate, not 10 or 20 years ago. Most Republicans today would not freak out if Biden actually enforced immigration law the way Trump is. In fact, they would be stunned and largely supportive, but with a huge caveat, they would assume he was doing it for political survival, not because he truly believed in it. There you go. That's a pretty simple answer. I can run with that. Makes perfect sense to me. Now, sorry, I went on a total tangent there, but I had to. We had to figure this out. It totally reminded me of that moment. Let's check in on Senator Tom Cotton on Meet the Press, talking about the destruction of these boats that Whoopi Goldberg is so terrified about because she's not feels any safe.
Traffickers. The order, like the entire operation, Kristen, is to destroy these drug boats, which are running drugs into our country from foreign drug cartels and traffickers that are killing hundreds of Arkansans every year and hundreds of thousands of Americans. Now, of course, before our military conducts such a strike, they have multiple sources of intelligence that give high confidence that everyone on that boat is a foreign drug trafficker, not an innocent civilian who's being human trafficked, for instance. And therefore, Secretary Hegseth said, and I agree, they're all valid targets. Now, this controversy, let's remember, all started with a Washington Post story about 9 days ago that said after the first strike, there were 2 survivors that were helpless, and then they were ordered to kill these helpless survivors. That is simply not the case. They were not floating in the ocean on a wooden plank or in life jackets. They were on the capsized vessel. They were not incapacitated in any way. It was entirely appropriate to strike the boat again to make sure that cargo was destroyed. It is in no way violation of the law of war. And I think the Washington Post owes Secretary Hegseth and especially Admiral Mitch Bradley, a highly decorated career Navy SEAL, an apology for that slander. The order.
But of course they won't. They're just pushing their narrative. Here is Representative Jim Hines, Connecticut Congressman. And he decided to go on MSNBC with Circleback Psaki, Jen Psaki, to defend narco traffickers. How do they do this? How do they do this?
To the record, I live in a political world, and a lot of folks, if you just tell them, the president is killing narco-terrorists in the Caribbean, reasonably enough, they'll say, a lot of Americans die because of overdoses. And, they might say, okay, I'm supportive of that, right? But what you need to do is you need to see two terrified men clinging to the wreckage of a ship. And these men are not, this is not Pablo Escobar out there on a boat. These are guys that probably didn't have a lot of economic opportunity, made a terrible decision to participate in the drug trade. And, I live in a political
probably
world.
Didn't have a lot of economic opportunity. So they were desperate to join the drug trade. Oh, John Kennedy, one of my favorite senators, sitting across from Sean Hannity. Oh, let's see what he has to say. This is gonna, this is good. Every time, every John Kennedy clip is solid gold.
I am very troubled that you have senators and congressmen that are saying, well, you must not obey a president, the commander-in-chief's illegal orders, and not one of them can name an illegal order.
The last few days, Sean, have been surreal. I mean, honestly. Many of my Democratic colleagues, some Republicans, they've been acting like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. I mean, they're just hysterical. They've clearly exceeded the limits of their meds. They're running around. They call the president a warmonger. They call the secretary of war a war criminal. They're speaking directly to our folks in the military, telling them to disobey orders. They're out of control. And they're confusing two issues. First, legally, there's no question. You don't have to be Oliver Wendell Scalia to know this, that the president has the authority under the Constitution, Article 2, to use military force without congressional approval. I mean, he's the commander-in-chief.
Every president has done it.
Yes, he is the commander-in-chief, and he's operating under the law. And the deep state's freaking out. Why? An Obama-era DEA just got criminally indicted for aiding cartels, laundering $12 million of their dirty money. Obama's cartel connections are finally getting exposed.
For the Jalisco News. This is a Fox News alert. A high-ranking Obama DEA official was just indicted for trying to help the cartel. Paul Campo conspired, allegedly, to launder up to $12 million in drug trafficking proceeds. Wow. Campo and an associate by the name of Robert Sensi are accused in the scheme of converting cash into cryptocurrency to buy 220 kilos of coke, worth about $5 million on the street, and then attempting to launder even more money, almost $750,000 from other drug sales for the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. These two gentlemen have been charged with narcoterrorism conspiracy to distribute narcotics, and as you can well imagine, also with money laundering conspiracy. Campo has pleaded not guilty, and he is in custody tonight. There's a good chance, Jesse, he's not going anywhere anytime
soon. But here is the bombshell. You just heard it. An Obama-era DEA official has been criminally indicted for aiding cartels and laundering $12 million of their dirty money. A deep state insider caught helping the very narco-terrorists that Trump is now destroying. This is why the establishment is panicking. He's blowing up their cash machine. And this is why the media is lying, because the lid is blowing off the Obama-era cartel pipeline, and Trump is severing it at the root. And the story matters because it reveals whose side the Democrat Party is really on. President Trump ordered military strikes against drug boats flooding America with poison. The response from the left: defend the traffickers. Whoopi says she feels unsafe because cartels are being stopped. Seth Moulton suggests Trump will actually murder Americans. Jim Hines calls narco-terrorists poor fellows lacking opportunity. Tammy Duckworth lying on national television about classified footage. Did I miss that clip? I must have missed it. Where is the Tammy Duckworth clip? Oh, here it is. Let's play that real quick.
I have seen.
Senator, have you seen the video?
I have seen the video, and it is deeply disturbing. I am mostly concerned with the fact that we are putting our American servicemen and women in jeopardy here. We're putting them in jeopardy in case they ever get shot down. We're putting them in legal jeopardy. They could be brought up in international criminal courts. And so what we're doing here is taking those professionals or utmost professionals and putting them into harm's way. And that's what bothers me the most about what Pete Hegseth is doing. He is the least qualified Secretary of Defense in our nation's history, and he's very cavalier about doing things. Fact of the matter is, only Congress can decide that we can go to war, and there was no such declaration made.
I just want to make sure that that I get this accurate. You have seen the classified video of this particular strike, the first strike, and then the double tap, as it's known.
No, I've just seen what's been available in the media.
Okay.
I've read the full report, but I've not seen the actual video.
Senator, have you seen the video?
There you have it. Tammy Duckworth lying on national television about seeing classified footage. The question was clear. And of course, now we learn an Obama-era DEA official was on the cartel payroll the entire time. Senator Eric Schmidt said it best: Democrats claim to have X-ray vision into cartel intentions, but were blind to the fact that they had a president operating as a vegetable for 4 years. The hypocrisy, staggering. The corruption, real. And the crackdown is only getting started. So here's the question for the comments. We could talk about this. Should all Obama-era officials with cartel ties be investigated now too? Yes or no? Simple question. Drop your answer below and support independent journalism at the Next News merch shop.